All right. Hello, everyone. This video is geared towards talking about process essays. I'm going to go over this PowerPoint about process essays. I'm also going to talk about the assignment information and just give a little bit more information as well. Okay, so just keep in mind this is, I'm going to try to make this as short as possible, but I do want to go through all of the information so you understand what you need to do. Okay. First and foremost, and maybe we should start with the assignment information. Let's see here. All right, so first of all, within this week one folder, okay, when you scroll down, as promised, right above the process reflection paper, you're going to see this folder. It's not available yet. Once I get this video posted inside the folder, I'm going to make sure that you guys have access to it, okay? But you'll be able to click into the folder. Inside of here will be the video as well as this information, and we're going to talk about this information in just a second, okay? To start, obviously, you have the process reflection paper instructions, okay? And so let's go over that. With this actual paper, what you're doing, and pretty much with the process reflection, you're describing an experience with a process, and we're going to talk about that a little bit more in just a moment. But the topic that you're going to be writing about is pretty much just your process with enrolling here at JCC and beginning this first semester, or whether it's your second semester. Okay, so whatever semester you may be in, taking this English 111 course, right? So you're going to talk about enrolling here. You're going to give a step-by-step process and just discuss what you actually went through from deciding to enroll, applying, being accepted, and then of course starting your first semester here at JCC. Okay. Now, obviously, your audience is going to be just the general public, so just keep that in mind. You're writing a one-page paper, and you're describing that experience, and you're making sure that you're providing these pieces of context. So you're going to tell the reader why you're engaged in the process, all those good things. You're going to provide a description and reflection. So you're writing, it could be, a 3-paragraph kind of paper. You could make it 5. It's up to you, but it only has to be one page. And when I say one page, I'm gonna talk about a little bit more about what that means. Okay. Now, this is pretty much just kind of me trying to gauge where you are on a foundational level. So I'm going to be looking at sentence structure, going to be looking at punctuation, capitalization, and spelling, and just basic word use. So I'm not going to, go super, super deep, but I am going to be looking to see kind of where you are. Okay. Your paper has to be in MLA format. It's one page, but this does not include your MLA formatting top, right? At the top. So think about it. With MLA, at the very top of the paper, you have your name, you have, my name, you have the section number, course and section number, and the date, okay? And it takes up a little bit of the page. So you're going to have to go into a little bit of the second page to make sure. So what I often tell students is to write the paper first, get a double space, write the paper, make sure that it's a full page, and then add your MLA header. Okay, so just keep that in mind. Okay, you want to make sure again that it's double spaced, that it's 12 times New Roman font. It's going to be in first person. Okay, so that's just, you're only going to be using I, me, right? Because you're talking about yourself. There's no second person pronouns, and pretty much I don't really allow those at all. Okay, within your course. So you don't want to use the words you or your. Those are second person pronouns. If you're not sure about what second person pronouns are, make sure you kind of look at, Google, look at what those are. And I believe it's also, I can't remember what page it's on your book. But you can also look, for that as well. And I'm going to be posting a folder that's going to have some foundational information in there, so that way it can kind of refresh some of you that may be taking English for the first time in a while. Okay. I'm also going to be looking to make sure that your paper is free of grammatical errors. So no contractions, because this is, a formal paper. No fragments, comma splices, run-ons, etc. So just make sure that you're checking for all these different things as you are, writing your paper, right? But again, I'm still looking to see where you are, that type of thing. So I'm not going to be too hard on you guys, but I am going to be looking for these things. So these are things that I will be counting off for. Okay. All right, so now that we've got that done, let's talk about process essays, okay? I'm going to jump right into it. So what is process writing? So pretty much it's describing your experience with a process, right? A process is a series of steps or actions taken to accomplish a goal or result. Process writing means writing about a process for others to read and follow. So pretty much you're writing about the process of something that you did, which is of course enrolling here at JCC, but can others follow the same process to get kind of the same result with getting enrolled? You're writing about a process, and it means pretty much giving a detailed explanation of the steps required to complete the process. So I know this is going to be a little different because of the type of paper that you're writing for me, but it's still the same concept. You're writing about the process that it took you to enroll at JCC, but you're writing the series of steps and actions that built up that got you to that step. All right, the kinds of process writing. So there's two styles of process writing. One is the how-to writing, right? So how-to writing explains how something is done. So for example, if you're like doing a recipe, like, a cooking recipe, you want to show me how to bake some cookies. That is the first, kind of example, because it tells you pretty much how you make that certain food dish or how you make those cookies. Okay. In your case, you're writing about how you enrolled in school. So, you're kind of doing a how-to, but it's kind of different because you're talking about how you actually did this, how you enrolled in here at JCC. There's also the how it works method. So this method works, it's kind of writing, it explains how something operates or happens. So for example, a driver's manual will tell you how traffic laws work and how you need to follow them. So how it works, how I get my driver's license, right? That is that style of process writing. All right, as you begin to think about topics, right? Now for you guys, you don't have to worry about this. But, if you have to write another essay like this in the future, this is kind of how it goes. So when you're selecting a topic for a process essay, it's important that you choose a topic you're familiar with or a process that you have performed yourself. Your thesis or main idea statement should identify your process and explain to the reader why they should follow your process or why the process is important to understand. Of course, for you guys, your topic is enrolling here at JCC and beginning your first semester. You're given that step-by-step process that you went through from deciding to enroll, applying, being accepted, and starting your first semester here at JCC. Now, the following steps can help you effectively develop your process essay. So number one, before writing, you want to make sure you list or outline your steps, okay? The second is give an overview. 3, you want to devote 1 paragraph per step if necessary, okay? You want to offer advice. Give examples and make comparisons. And then, of course, make sure you're using present tense, okay, and stick to it, right? And pretty much it's because we're kind of here presently. You can use some past tense because, obviously some of it is in the past where you actually, did the enrollment process possibly, in the fall or summer or whatever point. But essentially, make sure that you're using the correct tense and then stick to that same tense throughout. All right, so help your readers. Because your reader is most likely unfamiliar with the process you're writing about, you need to provide helpful information, right? So provide definitions of unfamiliar words or terms, list needed equipment or supplies. That's a big key, right? And then, of course, tell your readers about potential problems or issues. So these are all key pieces, and they also make your story very interesting, okay? Things to remember to include. You want to make sure you provide context, and all this is on your assignment instructions as well. So you want to make sure you tell the reader why you were engaged in the process. Where were you? Were others involved? What were you trying to accomplish with this process? And of course, we know, obviously you were trying to accomplish getting enrolled here at school. You want to provide description. What was the process? Describe the steps that were involved. And then, of course, provide reflection. What was easy about the process? What was challenging about the process? How did you feel during the experience and when the experience was finished? So all of these things are great things to think about. As you're answering these questions, this is what's going to help you get the content you need for your paper. Using transitions. Now, this is a big piece of pretty much process essay reflecting, okay? The steps of a process are usually written in chronological or time order, right? So your transitions are words that help you indicate the order of your steps. Transition words include first, second, third, next, before, after, finally, etc. So all these are good ways to kind of transition into what you're trying to say. And here are some sample transitions. So again, using stuff like first, second, third, finally, first of all, previously, thus, conversely, also, besides, furthermore, nevertheless, nonetheless, or instead. So all of these are great transitions to kind of help you as you're writing. Now, here's a quick sample process paragraph. It gives a topic sentence, right? So this is a sample process or process essay about how to boil an egg. You can cook a perfectly boiled egg for breakfast if you follow these 6 easy steps. That's our topic sentence. First, get a pot big enough to hold 1 egg. Then, fill the pot 4/5 full with water and put in the egg. Next, turn the heat to high until the pot of water is boiling. Boil the egg in water for 3 minutes. Take the egg out of the pot and put it in an egg cup. Now, the egg is ready to eat. Enjoy it. So you see that now, the egg is ready to eat. Enjoy it. Those are our concluding sentences. So it's telling you how to boil an egg, giving you the supporting sentences that you need, as well as the topic sentence and that concluding sentence. All right. Lastly, really quickly, there's also going to be a paper in there about explaining processes. Please take the time to kind of skim through that information. It gives you some transitions and then just kind of shows you how things are done with this kind of step-by-step process. Okay. And then talking about examining, your paper, checking for all the information and checking your conclusion. So make sure you go through, read all that information. If you have questions about this assignment, please send me an email, let me know, so that way I can help you get to where you need to be and get this paper knocked out. But it should be super easy. And again, just read through all the information, watch this video as many times as you need to, and let me know if you need help. All right. Have a great day.